Good evening, beans and bean byproducts. Hello, Clark. Are you excited? That's a very excited emote you're using. I'm coming back from. I didn't stream at the weekend. It doesn't matter why. I was bad. I was like not great, and it only just stopped not being great. Nothing worrying, just like ugh. So, hello, I'm in LA because I was fiddling with my inventory. Does anyone else, I always get that. The music just starts for like a couple bars and then it fades out again. Why does Lion's Archer do this? Hello, Soul! I love looking at this, like, this impossible thing. There's a few of these, they look way more visible now. They used to be kind of crunchy. And there's very little actual polygons in that thing, and there's seagulls, and like that looks like why it's called Lion's Arch, don't you think? Like, there are some lions and there's this big arch thing, and we're supposed to believe that people were living up there. People were living in a tower of ramshackle buildings instead of like on the ground where there's still pretty much abundant space. Maybe they wanted to keep the city itself mostly clear, but what is, oh, that's a Archivist of Whispers. There's another one. There's one of the lions. I'm just sightseeing. I'm gonna go look at these. There's the ships, there's the lions, there's the arches, and God knows how this all came together. But they didn't want to live on the ground. No, we're too scared of the ocean. So we had to live in this god-awful split tower thingy, apparently. Like, just the idea that there's anyone. It looks weirdly small. Anyone is actually going and living inside of that thing. This also implies that there are probably thousands more people than are actually visibly here. But we got a lion. There's a couple lions over there, though it looks sort of like they're regarding each other with disdain. This feels like when you see that one ranger outpost in New Vegas from a distance, and they did a big statue of... God, who was it? It was an NCR ranger shaking hands with... I don't even remember who the other guy was. Who was it who was in that statue? Where are the New Vegas heads in chat? It does a great job of making this feel like A, a fantasy setting, and B, something kind of whimsical and strange. In the same way that these giant hills are kind of whimsical and strange. But it's just very weird if you think about it for more than 2 seconds. I'm excited. There's apparently a new Guild Wars 3 post, but the website's down, so I had to read it by watching another content creator react to it. Which one? What, the one from... Wait, when was this new post? There was a Guild Wars 2 post today, but that was about World v World, so obviously I didn't care. What was the new Guild Wars 3 post? Hang on. I'm gonna check real quick. I don't see anything recently. There was the music video one. It's about playable races. Where is it? What? There's no notification that I can see. Thank you. Please dig it out. The official Discord I'm on doesn't have a... It should be in the news posts, right? The blog confirms Guild Wars 3 will launch with 4 playable races as shown in the trailer. And they will be adding more as time moves on. Okay, that's not what I expected. So were they Norn? Were there actually Norn that we couldn't really discern? Okay, someone's quoting it. They should put horses, though. They should be horses. They really should put horses in Guild Wars 3. They absolutely, like, not as a mount. Not as a mount in the game, because the mounts have got to be, like, fantastical interesting creatures and shit. But there should be horses just, I don't know, standing around. Also, thank you, Wasman, for the well wishes. I have an occasional specific 3-day ailment. Every so often, I will have 3 days where I can like barely get out of bed. And now it's over, and it's like it cuts off, and now I'm fine again. Brother of Steel? Are you saying Brotherhood of Steel? Oh, is that what it was? Was it? Hang on, I actually need to look it up, because was it Brotherhood of Steel? Oh my god, Wasman! I can't keep up. Do you actually want this thing? Genuinely, do you want this thing? No one cares about this guy. Hang on. Steel Ranger Handshake Monument. What the hell? Unification Monument. Oh, it was the merging of Nevada's Desert Rangers and the NCR Rangers. And the reason I couldn't remember is because I have no idea what Desert Rangers are. Huh. They were a group of survivalists and vigilantes living in the area, and then they merged with the NCR. I didn't realize that was why NCR Rangers were a separate, you know, section. Huh, okay. Oh, they were from original Fallout as well. That's why they were sort of there, because they came from the original game, or were mentioned in it. Interesting. Well, I'm going to get the chance to refresh my memory on all these sorts of things when the remaster or remake comes out, which I'm really starting to look forward to. I don't know, I'm just sitting here like, no matter what else happens, I get to play a better looking version of New Vegas at someday. I love living in Lion's Arch. The ocean is the only thing we'll never have to fear. Like, right? I mean, how did they fuck this up so bad? This is literally this is what people. This is the kind of thing people do when they have an absolutely absurd level of acknowledged trauma about a specific thing. This being the ocean, and the big ocean thing hasn't even fucking happened yet. I guess this is how. I guess you could say, if it was forward thinking, this is how they managed to survive at all. It's also kind of like a soft, you know, it was practice for what they were going to establish in factions and how people lived in factions. Although, when it comes to that, it was a lot better. It was a lot more integrated in that story. It was a very big part of that story. Here, it's just kind of like, whatever. We live in the Tower of Bogus. Good old Los Angeles. Hang on, what else did I miss? More Mimo. More Mimumo. Mama Mimi. The Guild Wars 3 website is down. I hope that was just from, I don't know, everyone trying to access it at once and not because their infrastructure doesn't work. Okay, hang on, I'm just checking maintenance, but that's Pokemon Champions, so I don't care. I'm loading up. What does this say? Oh, yeah, anything that's about, like, Pokemon having live service events, I just don't care on principle. I am not going to change my schedule to accommodate there being a live outbreak of some Pokemon that I'm supposed to go and get. No, you're an offline game, act like it. Alright, Bossman, I'm getting ready to... What does Devona say whatever at all? Why? Oh! Holy shit, are those bees? What is happening? Hang on, what's the button to remove the UI? Oh my god. I forgot this happens sometimes. Why was it's raining bees on me? Okay, hang on. Hang on, we're all watching the fireworks show while I try and look up how many rock and rollers I have. Okay, rock and rollers. I've got 3 of these things. Not that one. What about this one? No, not that one either. We've got like 2 more of these. 2 more rock and rollers. I've got to find homes before I can ever stop streaming. Okay, there it is. I forget if we had like a memed nickname for this thing. Oh, I'm getting a dung beetle, thank you. But it's got a quirky nature, so as soon as I looked at it, I thought its name has to be Quirk Chungus. Anyway, thank you, Waspman. We don't have to look at this thing anymore. Just being mean to it. Look at the bees. They kind of move as well. They've got multiple frames. Oh. Is that like an item that you activate or what? Oh, I got stuck. All right. Well, now at least I can breathe easy knowing that just more bees. That I can refresh that Pokemon finally. Where's the epicenter of this? Is it right here? Oh, maybe it's just all over. Ooh, swirlies. Swirlies and bees. They do have a thing about bees, don't they? Okay, hang on. I'm still reading. Some people are repeating what's in this article on the Discord, and I'm reading quotes. Yeah, it's just raining. Is it a world favorite? It said somebody had started a fireworks show, and I don't know what that means or how you do it. We're approaching development from the beginning with the goal of adding more playable species in the future. The story of the game for launch is a unified one, with all our player characters operating under the Veil Warden banner, in awe. Everything about how we build playable species, including animation systems, rigs, and clothing, is being examined to ensure the systems can be expanded. If a species you're eager to play isn't in at launch, there's always a chance we might add them in the future. The only exception would be a species with an extreme body silhouette that require extensive unique custom support that can't leverage with the systems we've built. For example, playable Forgotten with their forearms and serpentine body are not a viable option. I was so sad. I'm pretty sure I brought that up. I was like, we might have playable Forgotten at the end of the last stream. And now they're just like, no, you won't. Well, I mean, that's a bit of a difficult thing. Like, how are we supposed to know what diverges from the playable race, like, thing? So Massart, for sure. You could absolutely be a playable Massart because they're like really buff people with helmets on. What is on or off the table? If they don't have Char at launch, we're never getting Char because they have a completely different, body style, which they're not going to apparently make after the fact, right? Quaggan? No, absolutely not. That's not happening. So what do they mean? Like, sorry, should I be speaking to these people? Why do they... Oh, right. This is my character who hasn't picked this up yet. That's fine. I don't know. It's a bit of a vague thing to say. I very much thought that they were going to do a staggered reveal and bring out an absolutely brand new playable race that we may have never even seen or barely even heard of for the launch. I didn't really expect new ones as time goes on. This raises a lot of questions. Oh, hey, can I sell that thing that I found? Refuses to buy that item. Oh, it needs to be... Okay. It's the wrong rarity. Okay, bye. Like, what? What a strange way to put it. I mean, I haven't read the whole article because I haven't even seen it yet. Sorry. But wow, that's adding new ones over time. Like, it's an interesting way to approach it because they haven't needed to do that in the other two games. I'm sure if they wanted to, they would have enough effort and development time to begin the game with as many playable races as they wanted to. Like, technically. So, what that makes me think is that the additional playable races are going to be made available due to something making that viable along the in-game timeline. Why else would you do it? Why else would they? Oh my gosh, thank you, Soul! Thank you, Soul, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Soul Waspman. That's really nice of you. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Oh, you gotta get back to work? Okay, well, I hope you have a good time. Thanks for dropping in and dropping a sub. Yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud about it. Why would you make the races release and staggered over time? I'm also kind of suspicious of the number 4. Releasing with 4 races is a pretty low number, and it's also not a round number. And the last time they said we're going to be launching this with 4 of something was when Path of Fire released, and they unlocked mounts for the first time in Guild Wars 2, and they advertised 4 mounts: the Raptor, Springer, Skimmer, and Jackal. And then once we got into Path of Fire, when you get to the end of it, there was also the Griffin, and they hadn't said anything. They let you play through Path of Fire without advertising in any way or acknowledging the most fun mount that was in it. They had a mount trailer that showed off the 4 of them, but it was actually 5. What if they do the same thing? What if they're like, yeah, we're gonna start with 4 playable races, it's kind of small, but we might add more over time. 4 is a weird number. I'm suspicious, that's all I'm saying. What if... Is this a necromancer? Because that posture is just kind of... The necromancer posture is so funny. So I mean, we could only be humans in this game, but they had different models and animations for the different classes, which it's a nice touch considering it was just humans. But yeah, I'm suspicious. I think they might gear up for a surprise, a little surprise race reveal. Actually, that sounds really bad to say. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? It would be kind of wild, but they did kind of do that with mounts before. So who can say? Who we don't really know for sure. 5th secret race, Dryads, made possible by the high levels of ambient spirit magic. You know, that goes back to something I was thinking about. You know how there is a thing, there was a thing in these games called, like, a species called a druid. And in Guild Wars 2, they're represented by, like, oak hearts, ghost oak hearts. But I don't know if that actually is what they looked like. I think it might be a sort of approximation. What if we can be druids and that's how we get to be plant people again? I mean, You know what I would kind of like, actually? This idea is like copyright me. ArenaNet, hire me if you like this idea. They could do like a playable race version of some or all of the Elder Dragon minions, except like the Elder Dragons are all asleep and no one even knows about them. But during the sleepy times, sometimes minions do like exist and wander around, and they may be kind of confused. What if there were like Elder Dragon minions that were just sentient and the dragon was so asleep at that point that they just didn't have any orders or like real connection going on? Like branded with minds of their own? Yeah, kind of. I mean, it does kind of fall down based on the fact that some of them have to be corrupted versions of already living things. Okay, so I'm changing the idea. What if you could customize the number of playable races is technically low, maybe the 4 of them, but you can choose to have that character align with an Elder Dragon. Like my character got branded, and then your character appears branded, like has crystals in it and has a specific type of body suited to that. Like it actually has slightly different models. Yeah, kind of like a subspecies. Like how in this game, if you're playing as a necromancer, you have a different rig or something. Your animations are different. They change slightly depending on the class. Kind of like that, you could class into being aesthetically only what's the term, like an unconnected Elder Dragon minion kind of thing, and no one knows what that is. They're just like, oh, that's some weird magic shit, so they don't think about it too hard. Hello, Cheese Cube, welcome in. But yeah, I want to see how diverse it's gonna get. I still think 4 is a suspicious number. Oh, the cool music is playing. All right, I have to talk to that guy and do the whole entry to Augury Rock now that I have finished all the trials, and I think I have to do combat in there, so I'm adding my heroes, and then not you, little Tom, you've ruined people's lives, a protector and a healer, and that's all I could get. Okay, so I think what I did was speak to this guy, get into the and then I get evaluated by the ghosts, and I've now finished those missions. It is kind of weird that they don't have a through line quest to tell you where you should be and where you should be going. I licked a crystal and now I got crystals growing out of me. Dog says I'm fine though. Basically, like it wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't mean anything specific in gameplay terms. It could just be a visual effect to minor differentiate people. Hello? Oh, I go into this thingy. Oh. I can make symbols glow with my feet. Does this straight up open? Like, oh my god. Well, I didn't remember this. So, I mean, you can only do this the one time. Runs up my little steppies. Oh, this is so fun because it's exactly the same in 2. Like, exactly the same. This room is there. It's kind of branded. You can see the architectural... Holy shit, I didn't remember this. You can see the architectural similarities to Taria here as well. Is this my clone? Oh yeah, this is why the whole thing with the meta in this area is doppelganger. This is why that exists. Okay, I'm probably... Oh god. Oh shit, I messed up. Defeat in under 10 minutes. I'm gonna die in like 2. Yeah. And it's just me. And me, Angar just turns up to laugh at me. I wasn't prepared. I didn't remember that this happened. Let me try again. I got down to about 3/4 of the HP, so I think if I pay a bit more attention, I can do this. Well, I did die in about 2 seconds. It's kind of funny that they made this a reference in oh my gosh, what's it called? Ellen Riverlands. They made it a kind of reference where it's like, yeah, you did this, remember? Okay, Hailstorm's fine. I don't need to... Yep, and that one. I got interrupted, and there. Do that again. Okay, now I'm just gonna cast, like, whenever I can. Kills you. Kills you with hammers. Oh, there we go. Whew. Yay, I did 2 things. Yippee!
Reach out and take hold of your destiny.
Oh, hey, Glint.
Your ascendance is now complete.
And now I'm ascended. Which means several things, some of which I never completely understood. That's not the bit I remembered from this. The bit I remembered was... This bit was the bit I remembered. Okay. Oh my god, this looks cool as hell. And they're straight up forgotten in here. I like how they I don't know, they didn't reveal any new information, apparently, in this blog post that I have yet to actually read. Let me see if it's shown up anywhere. Hang on. Okay, so they're advertising a new skybox for the homestead, but not this. Okay, maybe they're not advertising it because the website's down. Somebody is theorizing that they pushed publish on the post too early and then took it back, and it wasn't supposed to come out yet. I can't believe all they did, like, if that was the real, if the information I'm getting is real about this, they didn't give us any new information, technically, apart from we're gonna add species as time goes on, which I suppose is valuable information, but they didn't reveal any new races. They said, yeah, that was a Norn in the trailer, I guess. And they ruled out things that have 4 arms. they literally just made a blog post to be like, hey, by the way, you can't have this. I'd like to play as a Jinn or something. This is discrimination against people who really like stuff with 4 arms, which is me. Oh, these look rad as hell. God, look at that. Okay, am I joining forces with anyone for this next mission, which, as far as I remember, was kinda difficult? I think it's just me and my henchies. I remember that this is a maze and not much else. Oh, I remember that. Oh, We can have more. The henchmen are level 20 now, and we can have more of them. Let's get a necromancer in here. Oh my god, full party, finally. That's the what happens when you ascend. You get to actually have a full party. We've got a warrior. We don't have an elementalist, so I guess we'll give him another try. Look at this cool gate. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, where am I? Does this... No, I don't think it does overlap with it. Wait. Does it? No, it... Is this inside the dragon lair, or is this just like the entryway to it? Because I just realized this is very similar to that one place in what is the name of that northernmost Path of Fire map? And it's got a great big like crystal fuck ass arena in it. And I never thought about it too much, but maybe that's supposed to be this. Huh. Okay, well let's go see what happens. The original Glint's lair, which got translated, I think, pretty well. But everything that happens here is always annoying. Hello. You must make your way through the defenses of her lair. Okay. I do remember that this was kind of confusing. Oh, okay. There's a bush right there. This is where their budget went. They should have changed. They should have made it in Guild Wars 3 that the playable races only had 4 arms. You know, we're done being humans all the time. We've done that. End of humans. Only Forgotten. And only Jinn. And only Seers. That's already 3. I bet there's more. And Quaggan. You know, you can save the budget because you've got 3 races there that all have 4 arms, so they can share a rig. Then you put Quaggan in as the funny one. Why does nobody listen to me? I'm not serious. I don't know how playable Quaggan would work. I don't know if that would have any benefits for anyone. But I do think that having customizable Quaggan might be funny. Oh, okay. I'll have that. Alright. I'm trying to keep my wits about me because I don't know if I remember how this is done. There's Forgotten up there. Okay, this just goes around here. Let's take the high level. Why is... Oh, I keep forgetting. Health degeneration. There's different effects in different areas of the lair, aren't there? That's what I was forgetting. So one area has health degeneration. I remember this. Oh, we're being followed by some haughty guys. Oh, did I interrupt that? Was that a spell? Okay. We have health draining, but we seem to be alright. Hello? Oh, let's catch all of you guys in one. This is going to be the best Chaos Storm I've ever cast. Look at it. Yes. Hamstring is not a spell. God damn it. I didn't think so, but it looked like it got interrupted, and I was like, huh? Sometimes I don't know what I can interrupt and what I can't. Oh, cool glossy effect. Okay, that's quite a lot of of guys. See if we can take them slowly. Leech Signet, this one. Oh, this interrupts an action, not a spell. I literally didn't realize. I've been assuming both of them took effect on spells this whole time. Well, I'm glad that I now understand that better. What happens when you fill the XP bar? I can't remember. Well, that's good to know. So it wasn't me, it was someone else using Leech Signet. I'm hovering on it now so I can... Oh, no, it literally misses. Oh yeah, you get a skill point. I still haven't gotten an elite skill, as everyone can tell. Whoops. Give me coins. Okay. Boss of the area, just keep the healing up. Good thing we have a bunch of healers. We should be fine. Whoop, that didn't work. I really need to not throw my interrupts too quick. The best way to judge an interrupt is probably the things that take the longest to cast. Because that has the biggest, probably has the biggest benefit to you. Oh no, it's piss yellow now. There's Shield of Regeneration for Monk and Manshot of Recall for Mesmer in here. Do you mean like elite skills for me? Elite skills for me? I'm not even thinking about it. I'm gonna do progression for stream, and I will one day remember when I'm playing off stream to go and get an elite skill from somewhere. Do you have to unlock elite skills per character, or does it do it per account? That's surely an intelligent question for me to be asking. Just sitting here waiting to see if I can interrupt anything. Okay, what are we on now? Oh, we're just in a slow domain. This isn't as bad as I remember. These areas aren't that maze-like. The first one was pretty linear. When you cap it on your character, it unlocks for your account for heroes. Any other character have to cap it again or use an elite term. Okay, thank you. Because I know I've definitely unlocked every single elite skill on a different character. But having to do it for your own characters again does make sense. Oh shit, Athea leveled up. She's like the lowest level person in our party. They should make henchmen that know how to pick things up. Look at my long legs bouncing away at this slow speed. Okay, how do you figure out where you are trying to go? You can also unlock skills with Balthazar faction PvP. Stuff I'm probably not gonna do. The skill system's fun though. I was thinking recently about the idea of marrying the systems a little bit. Like, we discussed it last time, but working off of the Signet system, but with more of a Guild Wars 2 bent to it. It sounds like that could be fun. I hope they actually pull through on making their selling point the genre needed a rework, making the whole thing that they announced, like, we're going to do something different now. I really hope they do that. It'd be so easy for absolutely anybody coming out with an MMO to say, this is going to revolutionize the genre. Anyone could say that. I really hope they are actually delivering on this. See, I didn't even read this properly. It's you gain 9 energy if the action was a spell, but you can interrupt anything. And here's me not interrupting a single goddamn thing. Okay, so hands in the air. What is just one option? No dithering, no multiple choice. What is the one Guild Wars setting race you would want to play in Guild Wars 3 if you could have anything? Everything on the table, just pick the one you would most want to play as. Just out of interest. Yes! These guys are really hitting me with a lot of arrows. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I misclicked. Peace means having a bigger golem than the other guy. I wonder what kind of fun reflection. Making the Asura work 1,000 years before this is gonna be... I don't know how they're gonna do it. Dwarf! Thank you for being the only person that replied. Dwarf would be... It would feel weird to me just because dwarves have been so understated in this setting. These facets are thankfully kind of easy. I don't want to... I don't know. Why do I have to kill you, Glint? If they're gonna put dwarves in, they could just put some horses back in there too. Oh god, hello. Crystal spider. That is what it is. Can we, Oh. No, we can't go around. Okay. We're damaging... Oh, it's damaging me. Okay, we killed it. I guess someone managed that. Mesmer color scheme in here. Yeah, we got to Pink Town. What does the map look like again? Oh, no, not that. I'm pretty sure if you look at the map, it's a big circle divided into segments. And each segment has a different color, which is kind of like Divinity's Reach if you think about it. Glad you brought Orion. Yeah, he's the only guy who's pulling his weight there. I could have done Chaos Storm, maybe? Because that's an AoE, but I didn't have it. Why is Mock so violent? How do I teach him to love? Does that go somewhere? I love these bushes. Genuinely, these are so pretty to me. That's so fun. Okay, I need to be looking out for the facet of whatever. Crystal Spoda. Alright, so when I said this isn't too bad of a maze, I was spreading misinformation. That's just back where yeah, do I really want the 100? Can I tell my henchman to go pick something up if I click on it in a certain way? Oh, is that the middle? Do I want to guide myself towards the center? Is that where the facets are? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. These are based on the 6 classes. Oh, this doesn't go anywhere. Fuck this. This is Mesmer Town, and the facet is Chaos, which is like an aspect of mesmering. And nature was green, and that would have been Ranger. And I don't remember what color light was at the beginning. Wait, what's light? Monk? And then darkness would be necromancer, elements would be elementalist, and strength would be warrior. So each segment represents one of the professions you can have in the base game. With those bushes, I always feel a bit like in a horror movie being sliced to pieces. Yeah, I know what you mean. They're really pretty, but I kind of feel like inherently I want to avoid touching them because I feel like I'm gonna get some sort of damage debuff. They actually change color when I move the camera. It's simple, but it's really pretty, but it also reminds me of barbed wire. It's like, why are the most beautiful things the most dangerous? Examples, this one bush and, crocodiles. Can I go around? I can't go around. Great job, guys. You kill them all while I get confused. I'm pretty sure I didn't just figure out that these are all based on professions. I'm sure I read that on the wiki at some point and then just didn't remember. These guys are just having a conversation. Presumably we're not killing the Forgotten, right? Because they've always been... Haven't the Forgotten always been allied with the player, generally? Am I thinking about this wrong? Yeah, it's like a holographic Pokemon card, but if it was a bush. I don't think there's any Forgotten that are, like, against the player, except for the branded ones, because, obviously. Famous mesmers, like Joko and, Rurik's girlfriend. Hee. Oh, hey there, Beta Vash. Thanks for dropping in. I'm gonna fight a dragon ghost. Whoop. Oh god. Okay, well my companions decided to kill the Forgotten first. It's okay. Thankfully, this is way less taxing than all of those preliminary missions we had to do to get here. Okay, and dead. And where's the thing? Here we go. Should I zoom out a bit? I feel like my average gameplay experience comes off really claustrophobic compared to how most people do it. Alright, the Necromancer Zone. It's also green. Corpse, so that necromancers can have fun with their abilities. The Forgotten want to test you if you're worthy of ascension. Yeah, that would make sense, but what I mean is, we're not killing them, right? Like, we're defeating them in combat, but they're still alive in some technical way. Like, they fall down and then they go, "Ah, you have beaten me. You may proceed." I'm not really killing them, right? I would feel bad. They're just like decent guys. Let's see if I can land an intentional leech signet interrupt at any point. Drop 7 bones. Yeah, I bet you did. Oh, bush. Oh. Ooh. So, like, Glint has her own foliage or something? They have a secret res shrine. Now, hang on a minute. The res shrines are powered by the human gods. Isn't that so OP? Imagine if you were literally anyone else. Well, imagine being the Char and waging a war against humans and being like, how come we've been assaulting Ascalon for so many years and we haven't actually managed to put a dent in something, even though all they've got is a wall? Why is that? And then eventually they're like, dude, they're resurrecting. They have these statues powered by their gods. They're resurrecting themselves. And the Chara leaders are like, well, that's cheating. We didn't get that. Well, I'm fucking up every single one of these. No, there we go. I do think the shrines are just kind of baseline interesting, though, because they clearly revive you, and each one of them is very clearly linked to one of the gods, but the gods are gone by this point. So I guess the implication is the human gods just had so much inherent power that depictions of them... They can also spawn manifestations of those gods that do things. So they were just that powerful, I suppose. That's the way magic works. It sticks around residually. And the shrines still have some kind of power to do stuff with the player, even though the gods themselves are not here. Okay, yeah, definitely just the one way. I thought that was too much. Okay, there is a second one. Ugh. Stop it. Stop. Stop making me fall over. Oh my god, what is that? They have some sort of lightning storm ability, unless that's Orion and I just don't know anything about anyone. I don't think I need to go this way. I think it's the other way. Don't Char also have their own god or something? Those giant scorch things you saw behind the wall. Yes. But it doesn't give them revival abilities. And that's also a human god, so... It's just human gods all the way down. I don't know, uses Bane Signet for no fucking reason, I guess. No, my Chaos Storm! Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure the best way to deal with these things is interrupting them, but I'm just on the back foot with it every single time. Is that my storm or someone else's? Okay. Oh, okay, I think the storms just live here. Oh, shit. Yes. Yes, get fucked. Sit down. I'm not really... I don't care. Didn't do any damage to me, so sure. No. Oh my god, I died! Oh my god, I mean, it was just kind of a surprise. Okay, we're good. Damn, all my boosts. Uh-oh. Thank you, Mox. I need to have better chat conversation starters. I'm bad at thinking of that stuff. Did I just take damage from that bush? Is that what we were just talking about? Because I was literally just gonna go, hey chat, I'm gonna tell you about the weather, which is so like it's a stereotypical like, who does that? Anyway, so around this afternoon, all of the weather apps, like on the PC and on my phone as well, all of them changed to be like, oh, hey, rainstorm incoming. And everyone got really excited about it. Like, oh my god, we're gonna have a rainstorm? We could finally get a rain. It's so dry. I mean, it's still humid, of course, but there's any small plants are dead. There's no grass anymore. It's probably one of the longest periods of no rain that we may ever have had. Well, it's been such a dry summer with multiple heat waves. And I was like, oh my god, finally, I'm so excited. I need the rain so much. I can't wait to hear rain again. It didn't happen. Nothing happened. I'm dead again. We didn't get rain. It just kind of lied about it. Oh my god, stop interrupting me. That didn't work. Okay, we killed it. Okay. I don't care about you guys. This is how little I care about you. Bye. What just happened? Off screen, everyone went, ooh! Alright, the warrior area, which is also piss yellow. What are warriors aligned with? Oh! It's more crystal bastards. What? Why did I turn around? Hello, guys? I'm gonna stand behind you guys. Jeez. Wait a minute. The crystal spiders are... Oh, these all have different... I don't know why I thought they had the same profession as the designated area. So enchanted swords are warriors. The spiders are mesmers. That does make sense. The elementals are elementalists, funnily enough. Okay, I don't need to go that way. It looks pretty cool, but the Guild Wars 2 version was like the coolest version of this. And it was a bit more... Okay. It was a bit more than just a maze with stuff in it. Was it too hard? Also, yes. Can I see? No. So I think we just get like a rumble that knocks us down every so often. Did Mox just fall over? Damn, what did that... Nothing else is here, right? That guy just took a really long time. Okay, we'll go around the outer edge. Yay, I love falling over in the piss crystal. Yay! I love that this actually reflects what's above me. In fact, it reflects more of the sky than I can actually see without going into first person mode. Okay, we kill you. And... You gonna cast anything? No? Okay. Okay. Final one. Oh, this is just a broken bunch of crystal bits. Where are you going? Oh. Just use everything. Okay. Did they all look like that beforehand and I just didn't realize? Glint, why?
It was almost 800 years ago when I foresaw the Flame Seeker prophecies. You have ascended and awakened the gift of true sight that lay dormant within you. The moment has finally come. You are the chosen I have been waiting for. While you've been in the desert, the rest of the world has changed. Let me show you. As you know, those who you once called friends
Masart
have
mentioned
become enemies. Their souls are darkened by a deep secret. The unseen gods they speak of are nothing more than a terrible and fearful race of spellcasters known as the Mersat. As I have foreseen, the Mersat will meet their demise at the hands of the Chosen. Their stranglehold on the lands of Kryta and beyond will be broken. For years, the Mersat and their human disciples have hunted down the Chosen, murdering them to prevent the prophecies from coming to pass. But you have slipped through their fingers, and your friends now pay the price. The one called Marcus betrays them as he betrayed you, and if you do not hurry to their aid, none will survive. Many have already been taken captive. Their souls will be reaped upon one of the 5 bloodstones, just as the chosen you witnessed being slaughtered in the Maguma jungle. If this happens, no magic in this world or any other will bring them back. Of the future, this you must know. Your story does not end in the mountains. Your true destiny will lead you to the west, to the Ring of Fire. Seek the flame, for within it lies the power to destroy both good and evil. This portal will take you to the Shiver Peak Mountains. I know you have questions, but there are some things you must know, and others that you must discover upon your journey. Go now. Save your friends. They will not last through the night.
Okay, thank you, Glint. Otherwise known as the Milfy Dragon. Where's the eggs? Oh, it's not that bit yet. The eggs is like a... Oh no, there they are. Look. Look, that's maybe Aureen over there. They're so funny looking. I think she gets aggressive. Does she go hostile if you go near them? Grab one. What actually happens? Okay, no, she's fine if you just like go and look at them. God, I do often think about how she clearly had quite a lot of eggs, and I don't know, what's the best explanation? Were some of them non-viable? Did they all hatch, but they all just died in the next 200 years for whatever reasons? Could have been anything. Their souls have been darkened by the Tommy autograph. No! Oh look, we're back in the dwarves again. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff in that. That was a lot of stuff. Introducing the Mersat and immediately shifting the plot forward. Straight up telling us that all of our allies are gonna be killed and telling us about the prophecy. And is this supposed to be active yet? That looks so cool. Hello, Vision of Glint. Okay, so that is relevant to Yeah, that's just like a hint of what I'm supposed to do right now. So is this just normally... Is that what happened? Wait, what do you mean big lizards? What kind of big lizards did we have? The Forgotten did a terrible job. I think we can all agree on that. They were too busy being slaughtered by some chosen who were doing the trials, and none of them were actually protecting Glint's eggs. Oh, dinosaurs? But they weren't lizards. So of course I didn't think of those. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do kneel in front of it. From what I remembered, that's like, that was a quest, like, post-game almost. So I was surprised, like, that it's here and then it actually interacts with me, discussing my current quest. Because I was like, I remember interacting with it, but I'm pretty sure that was the TITANs. Just in case there's any dogs listening. I know what it means. That doesn't mean they are lizards. All right, so that dumped us down here. Thinking about that cutscene. Hello, Evolved Dagon. It really is kind of a breakneck paced game. And the bit in the desert is especially strange, I think. Just to go over how this feels for posterity. The desert is not a... it's not an area that is unfixed or like barren of stuff. It's not just an open desert just because they wanted to put a fantasy desert. It's got so much going on visually. Amnoon, when we were there before, the part of the line of questioning that led us to discover the Tommy autograph was that they have these like enormous structures built out of like old tops, big tents and things. And that looks really cool. And then there's the statues lining the pathways. I think that's actually them. I think those might be the statues all the way along. The enormous augury rock, and then this bit that's clearly like a kind of ritual space. The areas that have rivers and then actual like vegetation. Here and here, like it's got as much diversity in this biome as the other, probably more. This feels like it's got more of a visual identity than the Shiver Peaks to me. And the storyline, on the other hand, is basically you come in because you've escaped from people who are chasing you. You've just landed here out of a need to get away. And then you take on the path of the chosen. You do 3 missions, which are pretty difficult, but what you're actually doing in them is essentially fluff. It doesn't mean anything. You do these missions just so you have something to do in the desert area, and then as soon as that's done, you start the story again, and you get to meet Glint, which is huge. It works fine. It's just really strange. Especially since every other area in the game has a sort of passageway to it. This one being that you start here and then you work your way around and you come up here and then you very deliberately worm your way through the Shiver Peaks on a pathway. And then you come into Kryta, you get to Lion's Arch and you continue on this pathway, and then you're in Maguma. And then you take a pathway through Maguma and you get to the different areas of that. Down here, then Riverside Province, then Sanctum K. So that had there's a very, you can trace that path that you took, going do 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 do, and then you take a boat and you end up here. And then once you're here, the pathway is like shattered. You don't even have a direct, really a compass point. You find your way to Augury Rock. The training wheels are off. Everything's harder. You don't get directed specifically to these places, and you have to find your way independently to here, here, and here, and then do missions that have nothing to do with anything, and then come back here and do something else. So it completely changes the general format that you've been used to. The game really just kind of pushes forward on everything. Like, you leave the Char behind, you get to experience dwarves for a little bit, and you find out that they're in a civil war, and then you leave that behind, and then you hit Kreiter, and you think you're teaming up with the White Mantle, and then you reach Maguma, and you realize they're actually a bunch of mass murderers, and you're trying to join forces against them, but you get overpowered, so you have to leave. It shunts you through and through and through, and I think that is to the game's credit, personally. I can understand if people would say, like, I don't know, I can perceive there being a criticism somewhere that you don't have an overarching villain here, but I feel like it works. You have the fantasy idea of moving from one setting to the next, and you don't resolve any of these, like, on the first visit, and I think that helps. I would say this because one of my favorite books is one where it begins a bunch of different stories in sequence, and then it cuts off at the exact midway point, and then when you finished reading all of those openings, all 6 beginnings, you then, in reverse order, read all of the endings, and it feels kind of like that. Don't you kind of sort of have an overarching villain? Yeah, kind of. What was his name again? There are various villains. I mean, Marcus is one of them. He's been mentioned a few times. He's like the betrayer. Dorian, wasn't it? Confessor Dorian is the White Mantle leader who is positioned as kind of the antagonist, but then you find out that the White Mantle are all in service of the Mossad, and the Mossad are kind of a bigger villain than the White Mantle because they're so much more powerful, but they don't have a single head of their faction, I don't think. They're just kind of a bunch of evil assholes in this. But I for one, I like it. There are things I would tweak about this. I like the way that once you kind of do a big circuit. Unfortunate name for your villainous faction to have. Wait, which one? The White Mantle? Which one? I like that you circuit your way through basically the whole world, almost, and then you get shunted away to the desert, and the desert's kind of like a reset point. You break the ongoing line of action that you followed, in meaning you have to go return to a single point as you branch outwards, and then you continue from that central point again. Oh, the Mossad, right. It works on a different sort of movement level. You aren't moving forward anymore. You have to stop and, like, take stock of where you're at and improve yourself, I guess. You know, you go through Ascension, you have to literally elevate yourself instead of moving forward. You have to take a moment to do that, and then you rejoin the world, and then you kind of walk your way through the areas you've been in before, except now you're going to start solving all the problems you've seen. And I like that. It's not like extremely clear cut, but in a kind of basic sense, what the storyline does is it shows you a bunch of different areas, each with a bunch of different problems. Ascalon's been nuked and there's Char running amok. The Shiver Peaks are run by dwarves, but they have a civil war, and I think the evil ones are kind of winning. I don't quite remember. Kreiter is just overtaken by a religious cult that's worshipping things we don't even know what they are in the vacuum of the human gods having disappeared, who we now realize are some kind of otherworldly creature. And the jungle just sucks. It's a sucky jungle. I don't know, it's kind of just where the White Mantle do their bad shit, whatever. Once you've been through all these areas and you've taken on a bunch of different beginnings, like this what this area is about, this is what this area is about, here's the problems going on here, then you come to a standstill, you work on yourself a little bit, you turn around and you look at the world and you say, right, let's get started. So now we kind of go back in and we have the necessary, I don't know, determination to start addressing all these things that we found are wrong. I think that's a fantastic, like, flow for the storyline to have. In terms of pacing, it is quite fast, which is fine because it's an older game. It doesn't sit around making you enjoy the scenery to a huge degree. Like, newer games are a lot more scenery chewing. But some things I think I would tweak about it are the Flameseeker prophecies should be introduced way sooner, and I know that one guy yells about them back in Ascalon, and I think he continues doing that. I mean, people should actually bring it up somewhere. You should know about that, you know, not just if you're someone who's paying attention to background noise. That should be something that gets, I don't know, somehow you should know the name when Glint says it, because it would be way more impactful if she just says, I did the if she says, I did the Flameseeker prophecies, and you're like, what are those? You know? Instead of an introduction, you should already know about that. And then when Glint says, I did that, you should go, oh shit, I just met someone who made the prophecy. It's called Guild Wars Prophecies. The prophecy is extremely understated, and I think that's a weakness of the storyline. They really should impress this prophecy on you way more, and not just from the White Mantle telling you a bit about the Chosen. Do you even read the Flameseeker prophecy? Is it written down anywhere? Is that in Augury Rock? Sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but I just kind of wish that you can look back at a storyline that's already been realized, and it's very easy and fun to point out ways that it could have been better realized, but that's a fun job to have, and that's why things get rewritten, you know? And I'm sure they were doing the best they could, given that they didn't know they were going to put a deep storyline in this game to begin with. In Lion's Arch, you get a book called Flameseeker Prophecies, Tracking Your Mission. Does it have the Flameseeker Prophecies written in it? I think they should tell you about it, but I'm also a big proponent of not putting story critical information in readables, because people may not read them, or they'll just skim them. I know a lot of people do like reading in fantasy games, but I'm very much on the side of stuff that enhances your story should be visibly in the story. And there is one game I've been thinking about recently, I won't name it, but I keep on thinking, when I play this, I don't feel associated with the storyline. I don't feel invested in this. I can recognize the beats that are happening, but sometimes it just feels like it's coming out of nowhere, or I can't really conceptualize what I'm even seeing sometimes because it's done kind of in a vague cutscene-y way. And other people seem to understand it more, and I think it's because other people are getting so involved that they go and read all the stuff that's in the universe, and they do all the side quests, and so they understand it better. But I'm playing the main storyline. It's fine to put accessory information in there or side storylines or something, but in order for me to understand it, I want it to be in front of me. I want to say this without sounding like I'm trying to dumb it down, but the main themes and story beats need to be presented in front of the audience, and that might be a little bit of a difficult thing to conceptualize technically. I can't think of any exact examples, but the purpose of telling someone a story is that they experience the story. They don't experience like some vague world building followed by a huge big budget cutscene where a bunch of stuff happens real quick. Like, there is an actual sequential basis to telling the story, and there's some things I wish could do it better, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to give examples in case I pick bad ones, or it's things I don't want to call out. But yeah, this is like a soft example of that. I do wish that some of these elements had been more visible. Like, Flameseeker Prophecies should be something unmissably presented to you. And I don't mean they just show you the prophecy. a few texts about your story throughout the story, not the prophecies as such. It's fine to have like text stuff to read, but it can't be stuff that's a vital part of understanding what's going on. And it's not a vital part, like you still get it when she explains the prophecies, but if I was writing the story, it's all, I would write it so there was some sort of an element before that where you found out what they were, so that when you find Glint there talking about them, you go, oh, you made that prophecy. Also, more information about who Glint is. Like, if I'm thinking about writing this same plot from the ground up, if I was making this game now, we need to have information about, that's just our moon. That's literally our moon. Sorry, another tangent. I have a, what's that name for a thing that you find kind of unreasonably annoying? I don't like it when fantasy games put the real ass moon in the game. It's a fantasy setting. This isn't Earth. Make your own moon. Why am I looking at the real ass moon right now? Why can't I remember the name of anything? Streamer brain still striking me down. It's, I don't know if other people, don't you feel immersed? I don't know if this affects anyone else. If I see the real moon in the sky, I get taken out of the setting. That's just my actual moon. You've missed a great opportunity to design a funky new moon. It's your good friend Luna from the sky. I could have been looking at a really cool ass fantasy moon. Shout out to whatever the hell Elder Scrolls is doing. At least you understood the satisfaction of seeing cool fantasy moons. I think that's is that the main quest? Oh, maybe not. Hello, Shades90. I come in and immediately get mooned. Ha ha ha. Look at it. Like, it's just a photo. Mark off it's real. That's a photo of the actual moon, and I think it's just a missed opportunity. It's a combination of something that already looks familiar to people and having less work to do. But we know this isn't Earth. It's not like this is an alternate Earth or something. It's not that difficult. Like, just take this texture and select this bit. And then paint some weird shit on there. Put a fun texture on it. Make it look like a pixel rave going on. Hi, Diffed. I'm bitching about the moon. The quest you just got practically acts like a primary quest. It isn't marked as one. Thank you for telling me. I thought it was because it talks about Thunderhead Keep there. So I was like, that's probably what I'm actually meant to do. I'm gonna go and complain to Glint that no, I'm not. Glint, can you replace the moon? One thing I was really... Old streamer yells at moon. Okay. Okay, sure. I was singing the praises of Genshin specifically for this because I'm pretty sure the Genshin moon was the same as ours. That's the impression I had anyway. I think it was our moon. It wasn't as obviously a moon photo, but it looked the same. And then there was an enormous plot beat in Genshin where the sky wasn't real, and the sky got shattered and you could see beyond it, and there were multiple hidden moons behind the sky that got broken through. I need to reread it actually what happened, because Dottoro's boss fight is a hell of a thing to try and understand while you're actually doing it. But like, when you finished, they very deliberately are like, yeah, the fake moon is now gone and we've got the real moon back. And one character is very much like right there going, yeah, that's my real moon, and now I'm not dying because we got the real moon. But I keep looking at it like, did it change? Is that a different moon? Did it actually physically, did the texture change? I need to know. All right, it is ad time. I was already chatting for like way too long. I'm sorry. We're gonna come over here and chill while there's ads. I think Vanya has a quest for you might want to do sooner rather than later. What? Oh, the guy who's right behind me right now? Hang on, I'm checking it out. Well, there's ads. Anyway, thank you guys for, hang on, why is there a gate with a tunnel behind it? Where does that go? Is that the way out of here? I'm gonna talk to Vanyi. I know I'm not playing right now. I'm gonna see what this quest is. Huh. She asks me to find specific places, in Ilona. Well, I'll take the quest and I'm gonna look up what it is, but I want to know why you said you want to do it sooner rather than later. Let me check. Well, I don't have to try and sell anyone on the Rock and Roller now, because thankfully it got picked up earlier and now we can refresh that with a new shiny next time. Alright, let me check. She gives 2 quests. I presume one's after the other. Oh, is this what allows you to change your secondary profession? You have to do that before... I mean, sure, I will do it, but, I'm okay with it right now. I couldn't remember that. You get some extra points to make you stronger. Thank you for pointing it out. I will probably do that if I ever get caught up with the side quest off stream. I'm using Monk right now, so I have the resurrection ability. I was intending to end up being Mesmer Paragon, mostly because I've never really done Paragon stuff, and I just feel like it fits with your characterization in game. So I would need to unlock it at some point before engaging with Nightfall and picking up Paragon, I guess. But it's good to have that. I didn't remember that. I remember when I first started out, I looked all this up and I was like, okay, how soon can I change secondary professions? Because I want to, I don't know, I want the freedom to actually like jump around and pick one. And the answers are all like, okay, first of all, you have to do the plot until you get ejected from Kryta, and then you have to do this quest and you have to get ascended, and then you have to do this other quest. And I'm like, oh my god, why are there so many steps? Why is it not just become available at some point? I just, for some reason, remember this being a continued point of confusion. Alright, ad break is over. Sometimes people ignore side quests. I don't. I'm just not stream playing them. Just because it would probably take about 5 times longer to do the game if we did all the side quests. But I do try and pay attention to them because I'm here to soak up all the extra lore that I may have forgotten over a little bit of time. So I think I just head straight... How many exits are there? 2. 2? And yeah, it's a little bit... There's 3? I can see 2. It's a little bit strange in modern day terms that there isn't an overarching quest pointer. But at the same time... Hang on. Where's the one I just picked up? There it is. That's what I'm doing. It does feel like appropriately within the difficulty of a classic RPG to ask you to do some investigation on your own terms. Like, I think it's fine. It's just your brain is sitting there wanting to turn off, and you're like, okay, where's the marker on the map that I can just mindlessly walk towards? Where is it? And then it doesn't give you one, and a little bit of you is indignant about it. But it's fine. It's just your selfish hindbrain going, I don't want to engage with the material. I can't believe they apparently released that that news update about Guild Wars 3 early somehow. How do you even manage that? That's the kind of thing you do if you're the people making cassette beasts, you know? An actually small indie independent games company. How did they manage to do it? Who at ArenaNet is scheduling news posts for the wrong date? Okay, hang on. I'm just reading some more of the Discord to see if there's any information I missed out on. People are like, well, what other races are there if they're ruling out forearms? They did so many four-armed things. I think Jin would have been a really fun thing to play as. But no. No, they got too many arms. Samurog is a playable race. Ah, oh, God, I wish. Wait a second. This person posting here is right. What the hell is Samurog? Technically speaking, actually, what is he? Apart from the hottest thing on however many legs he has. Okay. We are speaking with a scout just to check what we're doing. Find the one the ancient texts called the seer. Okay, so we're already on that one quest to discover a way to protect against Masat magic. The agony resistance thing. It's kind of weird that agony resistance is a thing in 2, but it's nothing to do with Masat. It's just, I don't know if there's a connection between those two things. There kind of should be. Agony resistance is just another mechanic, I guess. Oh shit, there's more enemies here than I realized. Okay, we're good. Do I need Stone Summit badges? I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust that path for some reason. Oh, I remember this map. I remember this map. There's so many fucking siege columns. Ah, I remember this. Mox, could you not stand in the middle of my screen for 5 fucking seconds? You will encounter some agony soon enough. So I have another. I'm not gonna phrase it as a problem. I do have a kind of critique to give about that. I don't think we even had anything said in dialogue about Masat magic being really strong and being able to rip everyone. Like, I know how it works. They're from a different dimension, and the Masat magic is able to just, I don't know, tear your body into another dimension. It's something really horrible. The reason that you can't defend against the Masat's spells, agony specifically, the way that you can with everything else, is that it comes from a different dimension. You're telling me a siege fried this golem? And that's really cool. I really enjoy that aspect of this. They are so alien that when they cast magic on you, they can turn you inside out and there's nothing you can do about it. It's really fun and interesting, but they didn't tell me this. I haven't been told that, as far as I know. They've just said, okay, you need to go and find armor that protects against Masat magic. I don't know why. I haven't actually been introduced to the plot point. Unless I missed something or I skipped a bit of dialogue by accident, in which case I apologize. I'm just trying to actually lay out the story as it appears. I can't seem to find anything about how my sister's stuff did at Gen Con. Oh, what happened? What was your sister doing? Yeah, well, we already know this, so that's fine. We were shown that. It's just it's literally just the order in which information is being presented to the player is something I really wish I could manhandle a little bit. Because overall, I really like this structure. I really enjoy going through basically the whole world Oh, was I supposed to go there? I hope so. Making your way through the whole world, not fixing anything, discovering all the problems, and then returning to it after a period of meditation in order to start actually doing something. And I like it, partly because I just like things that pile a bunch of stuff on, let you experience something as it is before you begin changing it. I think that's just nice. And also because I like the implication that you as a hero are not special enough to arrive in a location and then summarily fix all their problems and then move on to the next location, which is a kind of rhythm that games like this can fall into, especially if they do, you know, seasonal releases. Guild Wars 2 feels like that because it has expansion packs. You go to a certain place and you deal with everything, and then you move on to the next place, and then you don't reconnect to that area afterwards because they can't continue the content with the assumption that people owned the previous one. So they kind of have to drop it for the most part, which I don't know how you'd fix that. It just feels a little disjointed sometimes. But I like how integrated it is, going through the map, learning your way through, and the implication that you're not that special. You weren't gonna immediately improve everyone's lives. You don't arrive in the Shiver Peaks and, you know, that section is we get introduced to the dwarves, we find out the dwarves are having a civil war for ideological reasons, and you help the dwarves out and gain their trust so they'll help you in the final battle, and you defeat the civil war, and then that section is done, and then you move on. I really like that it doesn't do that. You do help them with their civil war, but you have to wait until you come back again after doing a mystical ritual overseen by a dragon. Like, I don't even know what ascending technically means happened to me, but afterwards, apparently I can now start affecting the world in some material way, and I think that works quite well. My sister's the community/influencer manager for Riftbound, but she was also in the live playtest for the Vampire the Masquerade TTRPG. Oh, yeah, I heard about this. I think you mentioned it? Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Sorry, did I read out just parry the spell? That is funny. Oh yeah, I was talking to you about this. The dwarves insist on finding some ancient spellcaster they claim to see. So what is the... Hang on. It's moving so fast, I didn't even really undertake the idea that the dwarves are fighting the unseen. The unseen masters of the White Mantle. So the White Mantle, while we were in the desert ascending and talking to Glint, the White Mantle captured the rebels that we were working with, and having removed their opposition, increased in strength to the point that they were able to expand their territory out to the Shiver Peaks. So they're now, and also the Mossad showed up. I don't actually know why. I don't know why the Mossad revealed themselves. Like, a whole huge deal was that they didn't reveal themselves to anyone. But now they are visible, and they're guiding their forces into the Shiver Peaks. And I don't actually know why. But this is another example of something I feel like there's a few instances where we didn't need voice dialogue, and we kind of needed voice dialogue for stuff like this in order to say in front of you, this is the point that's happening here. There's Mossad here now, and I really wish maybe it was. I hope it wasn't flavor dialogue that I may have skipped over, but if I'm doing just the main quest, I want to know what's important about what I'm doing. So I need to be told, you know, the Mossad can turn people inside out, and we need a way to defend against it. A big bow. Oh my god. Oh, it was a cape. I thought that was her hair. Her in a vampire outfit, that rules. I wish I could go to a convention in an official capacity in a vampire outfit. Okay, wait. Oh, right, this is a mission. I'm doing Ice Caves of Sorrow, the mission. Oh, God, which one was this? I know this one. This is the one where it's like... Okay. The map is like this bit here, right? I remember this a bit more clearly. And there are two channels, one up one side and one up the other side. And you have to get like to the top. That sounds very vague, but I definitely have this... I definitely remember there being some kind of like 2-track map with dwarves and Mossart in it. And I think I could even swap. Okay, wait. Can I have an imp? Oh, I can't use that anymore. I forgot. Well, I only used that like one time. All right, let's see. Is this the one I was thinking of? Oh God, there's Mossart there. Oh God. Do I even try and fight them? Ah! Shit, they saw me. Okay. Spectral Agony. Turns you inside out. Dies. They're so frightening. Okay, so I think we can't... It's not like they're unbeatable or anything. They just do tons of fucking damage. And I'm dead again. Well, that's a good start to this. Okay. Oh boy. I am supposed to do this like now, right? Hang on, I'm gonna check the list of primary quests just to check this is not somehow wrong. While I do this, they can fight those imps. That's fine, they don't need me. Okay, there's only 2 more areas, Southern Shiver Peaks and then the Fire Islands. And then the resolution for the rest of the story comes in the future updates, but yeah, you do resolve like the Mossart thing. You don't resolve the White Mantle thing, or the Dwarf thing, or the Char thing until you go through the other campaigns and then finish the game in Eye of the North. Which is, again, that's fun. They set up a bunch of stuff that they had to resolve, and then they eventually did, but it's a long journey. Am I winning? No, you can't see it because my reactive's in the way, but I have a 15% debuff because I died. Alright, so Seeking the Seer is the quest I just took to take me here. Okay. And then Ice Caves of Sorrow. So first off, we're doing what Glint said, which was you have to save the Shining Blade members who were captured, because that was very clear. Like that's one thing. That's a thing I wish everything was that clear. She deliberately said, you gotta go save them. They will not survive the night, meaning this is the most pressing thing that we have to do. I'm just gonna read this. Hang on a sec. Players encounter Mossart and their Jade constructs for the first time. These creatures use Spectral Agony, which causes massive damage. They can be countered by infusing a character's armor, a feature that becomes available later. In the meantime, use a tank to draw their attacks away from the rest of the team, or they can all be avoided except one group when doing the bonus. So avoid them, basically, which is fun. They didn't tell you this. Like, this is in part a good explanation of the Mossart's superiority, which is what I was asking for. The way that they tell you about it is they kind of soft explain it, and then you get thrown into a mission where they exist in it and will kill you so fast, and you just have to avoid them until you found, you know. So that does work. That's fine. The explanation is in doing it. Oh yeah, the catapults. So we need to go and kill the Stone Summit engineers on the catapults first. Maybe this isn't the one I was thinking of. Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe there's a different one that has those... I remember there being lots and lots of Mossart in that one mission. That's all I'm thinking of. Alright, let's go and alleviate some of my debuff. What was that shaking? There better not be worms here. Oh, that's the catapults, right. Says I'm going to do something about the catapults, immediately forgets. Why can't I see these catapults? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, please stop standing all together. Stop standing in one place, please. Okay, Althea died. What else is new? Okay, we killed them. We're kind of being bombarded. Engineer. There's an engineer down there. I can't get there from here. Oh good, they're fighting each other. Okay, these guys. I need to interrupt you before you do stuff, except I'm not going to, because I'm bad at this. Oh good, yes! Whoever did that. Probably Althea, the better mesmer than me. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. White mantle everywhere. Okay, this is kind of a path, actually. I think I'll have to take on these guys. Wait, no, I want to cast this. And then I want to interrupt you. Shit. Alright, we got it. We're fine. God damn, look at those things. They're so big. Alright. Where's... Oh, we can just go down on the ice. Okay. Let's kill some engineers. Hee hee. Okay, I'm tanking, please! I can't be tanking! Mesmers didn't get good at tanking until the next game! No! Okay, thank you for healing me. Alright, 2 at once. And I'm dead again. I like how the last thing was, are you winning, son? And the answer is no. Oh shit, that's why. We had a guy here doing some bullshit. Shit, I was too late. I don't know why I do that. I know I can see very clearly I will not be able to get the interrupt and I still click it. Oh, thanks, Althea. Okay. God damn it. How do I see you? There you are. This constant shaking makes me very anxious. That's a ballista with a flaming arrow. Where are they pointed at? Okay, this is a dead end. Under here? No. No, that's not what we do. Throwing you into a mission that has Mossad patrolling, but it's very difficult to deal with them, is fun. I like it. I enjoy, being taught things. Ow! Through, oh my god. Okay, wow, shit, we actually died. We died completely. Yeah, we actually dead-ass died. Wow. So, I guess killing all those fucking engineers didn't do anything. Also, I noticed I can activate hard mode now, and I couldn't remember what the Well, the criteria was apparently it was reaching level 20. Okay, so you guys can just... You can go through. Just, I'll wait. I love that they float everywhere with barely moving. It really gives the impression that they're funky and strange. Why are there pine souls here? Like, there's not enough shit to deal with? Okay, let's try and do it without accumulating massive amounts of death penalty. I'm just falling over. That's not what I wanted to do. Ah, okay, we're fine. We're fine as long as the AI healers keep up what they're doing. Okay. I really need to start strategizing who's placed where. And by strategizing, I mean sending in mocks to draw aggro before everyone else. And I really should rebuild Mox as a tank if I'm going to do that. Which I don't think he is, but it'll have to make do. Okay, that's nothing important. This shuddering is so weird. I don't like it. Okay. Yep, can't get down there. You can kind of see the layout of the level. It's just not the most obvious. Okay, so wait, what button does this? Do any of my buttons... No, okay. So now we can do this from further away. Look at that, we didn't die. I don't remember how to put hotkeys on. I'll do it later. Alright, again. Oh, no, don't do that. No, don't. Okay, whatever. This is already going way better. We just needed Mox bait. Does he even do anything? He just fires the thing over and over. Okay. Oh, right, this is where there's a necromancer bastard. I will stop him. No, you don't. Fool me once. No, you didn't. Okay. The fucking bone fiend's still here. Oh, Shiver Peak chest. I don't have any keys. If we're killing the engineers firing at the White Mantle, aren't we kind of just handicapping ourselves? Okay, another bonus. I'm now plus 6% instead of like minus 20. I hate this shuddering. It makes me really nervous. Okay, careful this time. Okay, here's the bridge where we kind of got slaughtered. Is there any other way? Does this go a more sane way around? Because, like, look how bad of an idea that is. They have two flaming arrow ballistas firing at that bridge nonstop. So, is there another way around? Maybe? Let's just see what happens. I like how invisible Althea is. Okay, as long as we don't meet actual Massat around here. God damn it. Just use everything. I'm so bad at this. Ah. Okay, he died. Imps? Imps and pine souls? I don't care. What's this direction? Ow. Oh my god. Just everything interrupting all the time. Okay, maybe this isn't... Maybe I do have to go up the bridge. Alright, hang on. Let me double check. Oh! Right, I missed something. I missed a really important thing I was supposed to do. That's why I died. I don't know. I can't tell. I think if I was playing this in 2005 and I had a more openly curious mindset about this, I probably would have realized what I was supposed to do. I've been ignoring the interactable elements that are on these maps, and I don't know why. I guess I just kind of assumed they aren't for use. But no, you're supposed to kill those engineers to get the boost off of them. And then you're supposed to use the firing levers they've been pulling. Would I even have finished this if I'd played it when it came out in 2005? This doesn't seem very likely. If that gave us a morale boost. Okay. Oh yeah, right. That's not... Sorry. Immediately distracted. I have to go up and around. I don't think I have any skills I can use that speed me up. Maybe when I'm a paragon, I can do that. And now I don't die, because everyone got trampled. Yay! Yippee! Alright, firing levers. Now I'm pretty sure I don't do anything. Lots and lots of white mantle. Don't really like that. This was the pen with the Dolyaks in it. Shit. Shit, hang on. Am I gonna bump into those Massat? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna bump into those guys. Okay.
Thanks for your trust and support, my dear partner. I couldn't have made it this far without your help.
Oh my gosh, hey Blockhead, thank you so much for the sub. That's 5 months. My goodness. Thank you. I'm busy dying because I don't know what interactables do in old video games. And gone. Okay. Powder keg station. What do I do with that? Is that... What is that? A furnace? Okay, there's white mantle down there, kind of? Oh, there's a gate over there. That must be what these are for. And there's also... I can cast spells while I'm holding this, right? Did you figure out what arrows look like? I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen an arrow per se. I don't think I've actually seen an arrow specifically. I know people fire them sometimes. That was so funny. What do you mean those have been arrows the whole time? What do you mean I've been picking those up? And replenishing my stock of arrows. Okay. Does that, oh, yeah, it's lit. There we go. Why on earth did they keep the... Well, oh, maybe they pushed into the Shiver Peaks to put, Evenia and whoever the other woman is in prison here, and that's what got them into trouble with the dwarves who, you know, own this area. Maybe that's what happened. They came here specifically to put their prisoners here. Because keeping the resistance, you know, suppressed is a very vital part of what they're doing. And no one would actually, like, imagine they'd put them here. And I wouldn't know that they were here if I wasn't being helped by a psychic dragon. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm insisting that stories be incredibly easy to digest. When all's said and done, you can look at the whole thing, and I can look at this and be like, oh, no, that does make sense. Now I understand why the White Mantle came out here, because we are specifically here to rescue our friends, their prisoners. So now I get that that is... doesn't need to be told to you because that is kind of self-evident. I get it. That sounds like a no. Ha ha. I don't know if they have visible arrows. I don't know if they have a model. Because when it's a strange thing they do in these games. Like, you don't actually fire a projectile. You do an animation and then the other person gets hit by the animation unless they have specifically done something to block that attack, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if they have projectiles. Therefore, I don't know if they have a modeled arrow. There's my sword down there. Is this the holding area? Is that what they mean? Is this holding area? Oh God. Is this the holding area? Do I go in this cave? Well, I guess we're finding out what's in the cave, basically. Hello? Why don't you, go say hi to them? Okay. Using my highlight button pretty liberally, trying to figure out... Nope, this just came back outside again. Okay. Let's just deal with some more. think the White Mantle's ranks have more humans in them than the population of the entirety of pre-searing Ascalon. Like, where are they getting this many people? Okay, yeah, I don't want to be around them. Oh, there they are. Look, I found them. Okay, so the level design here was actually pretty good. It gave the impression of being winding and strange and too difficult to navigate, but it actually did guide me all the way to where I was supposed to be without having to think about it too much. Okay, we need powder keg. I was just thinking, if they wanted me to bring a powder keg from the first station, they're out of their minds. Yep, you guys wander off. Don't worry about me. No! Guys! For fuck's sake! Okay, you fight them if you want to so bad. You all go stand in one place. You do it. Do I need another one to get those doors? Hello? Does this do damage if I stand on it? Where's this in 2? Is this underwater? Uh-oh. Oh god, they're so alien and weird in this one.
We are caught. Take Evenia to the east. The Deldrimor dwarves use the frozen lakes and rivers there for transport. If you're lucky, you'll find one of their ice ships. I'll hold off the Mersat as long as I can.
No,
Take my bow.
Sidra, you were
I
so
won't be needing it
vital
where
to the
I'm
plot.
To the end of us all!
They're gonna
Let's
turn you
go.
inside out, Sidra.
Quickly! Don't let Sadra's sacrifice be wasted.
Oh yeah, she straight up died, like, visibly. Did that help? Sidra did, I mean, I guess they killed her and then just wandered away. Okay, oh god, which way do I go? I need to go to an ice ship. Oh, it's through that big door, isn't it? Oh yeah, she's literally waiting outside of it. Okay. I got confused for a second there. I was hoping I wasn't gonna have to find my way through this area. Shit, there's things behind me. Oh god. Oh god. I'd better need this. Okay, it's just normal white mantle. I think we can do it, I think. Okay, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. They've clearly added the bulk of the enemies and the Mossad themselves to areas you don't actually have to go. I think if you do the bonus you have to, but that's another fun bit of game design. Optional challenge, and the threat is there, and they do scare me. Hello, Mudfox. I'm trying to escape to an ice ship without having my toes pulled out through my mouth. I like how they said if you're lucky there's an ice ship. Like, this isn't even a sure thing. Bug Frozen Fist. Oh, it's so sunny. Mox, could you stay out of my line of sight? Oh god. Oh no, Christ, let's get away from that. Can you guys fight him? Oh god. Please don't lose the mission now, please. I'm so scared of those Mossad. I don't even want to do this. Ah. No! Oh god! I didn't realize she could die. This one takes so long. I didn't realize she was fucking. Where am I even trying to go? Well, the Mossad do come over here, apparently. Alright, hang on, let me gonna read the wiki. Use a keg to free the Shining Blade allies. Venya must survive the rest of the mission. Take another powder keg to destroy the gate. Escape to a short cave. Once you leave the cave, two large group of Mossad elementalists will start to move towards you with the intent of chasing you along the winding path across the lake. They move slowly, but you will be hindered along the way by groups of Stone Summit and White Mantle. It is not recommended that you fight the Mossad, as there are 12 of them, and even without Spectral Agony, they're pretty difficult, and Avenia is not infused, and her death results in mission failure. I probably should have read this. You may retreat back into the cave until the Mossad patrol has moved ahead of the party. They will clear out the Stone Summit on the path, but they might stop moving when they reach a certain enemy. If they stop, they will only to be killed. Oh boy. Okay. Safer alternative is to retreat to the cave exit until the patrol has moved ahead. Follow them at a safe distance to avoid combat. The Mossad will split up at the first fork in the path. Half the patrol will head east, while the other half goes west. And then kill them while they are taking siege damage. Okay. Don't let Avenia aggro the Mossad. Okay. This is so... This is such a long mission. Girls' night? Don't you girls' night this? I have to do all of that a third time. I'm not gonna change any of this. Like, I don't think I can improve the party or anything. It's just literally what I am doing. Oh boy. Alright, now hang on a second. I need a brief... I need a moment to gather my thoughts. Ugh. Okay. Gathering my thoughts also counts as waiting for Mossad patrols to move out of the way. I want to change some of these keybinds. What am I using right now? Okay, Command Hero is a bunch of bullshit. Command Party, that I'm using that. What did you aggro? Oh, it's Ice Imps. Okay. I know this one. Oh yeah, you can order heroes to use like actual skills. I've never imagined I could do that any better than the AI can. Anyway, let's just use Devono. Let's put Devono on a key. What should we use here? Let's assign that and then change this to this. So now I can just tell Devona to go up and kill things. And she's a warrior, she's got to be pretty tanky. But I should probably, ow. I should probably not stand here. Jesus. Oh my god! If we could not stand in the rain of catapult fire, guys. Why? Okay, Tavona did die, so maybe she's not as good of a tank as I thought. Just mistimes goddamn everything. That's the Guild Wars experience. Okay, I don't think this does anything, but I'll pull it anyway. Give me the coins. Now, next up, there is a boss. There he is. Wait. Oh my god! He got slaughtered by the bonfire because he was halfway inside of that mountain. Well, let no one say that this game is entirely predictable. Okay, kill him, kill him, kill him. Skip. Okay, everyone's dead. God, I wish I had a corpse necromancer on my team. I got so used to it. I feel kind of naked if someone isn't summoning a bunch of running meat bags that follow us around. That man died goat style? What does that mean? Oh look! The actual cutscene is still like playing out because skipping it didn't complete the cutscene. It just removed my perspective on it. Okay. That's kind of fun, I guess. Alright, I think it was up here. No, that's the pen. Oh, standing on... Yeah, no, yeah, you are right. He did die that way. He was, his persona is a goat. And he never really got to embody that. He just died before he could, I don't know, this is stupid. God, these guys are only level 16, and I can't believe this is my 3rd time trying the mission. Okay, Devona, do you want to try this again? We'll back you up, I promise. I promise we'll back you up. Okay, that didn't work. She just went and stood there and everyone ignored her. Okay. Oh, damn. Alright, well, we're fine, we're fine. In his pocket, you find a drawing of the fursuit he could have worn. You're gonna make me think about dwarf fursuits? I mean, the way that the, what the hell are the bad dwarves called? The way they look is already so, like, not human. Or even humanoid. And then in the second one, the really awful noise that they make when you find the remnants of them. I'm pretty sure it says in the subtitles there's an eerie animalistic howl or something. So they basically are furries, like canonically. They're so furries that when you leave them alone in an immortal cave for like... That's not faster going back. For like 200 years, when you find them again, they're all wolf howling. Taking forensic notes. That is what happens. It's so... what I want to do is actually make a playthrough of Forging Steel. Like, film it so that it can be watched outside of the game. Because A, I really like it. Just generally. And B, there's a lot going on in it because it's designed to be played multiple times. And C, because I want to have video evidence that I can show people of that god-awful howl that the, what are the dwarves called? Why can I not remember? I'm sorry, the name of the faction... It's so funny. There are so many factions that are, like, having it out against each other. But they're not guilds. They're not guilds and they're not at war. We're being sold a lie. Okay, ad break is coming up, but I'm just rehashing what I've already done. So, I'm gonna run ad break while I just continue catching up. It's nothing people haven't seen. If you get ads, don't worry, they'll be over quick. I'm not gonna do anything new. I'm just running down the path, killing some white mantle. Wonder what that path has. Okay, let's try and bunch them up a bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, this time we attempt the mission and we remember that we don't want Ivenia to die. God, I cannot get over how ludicrously unnecessary Sydra's sacrifice was. She gets like some sort of outpost named after her in the second one. I know there's a place called Sydra's Haven, and then I played this and I was like, oh, that's the Sydra from Sydra's Haven. I remember the place. They named it after her. Oh, it's because she died. Like, what did she achieve, really? Anything? Alright, that's just white mantle. We can handle that. Hello, guys. I'm going to bully the casters severely. Which is actually all of you. You're all casters. Okay, done. Oh no, this world no longer has the favor of the gods. Oh no. Okay, they actually pop up on the side there. Maybe Sydra's useless sacrifice actually kind of... Oh, that's a huge group. I don't like that. Maybe that makes it easier for you to assume that there isn't going to be too much of a problem. It doesn't really scream these NPCs are essential. Okay, they're going back again? Wow, I really should have brought a keg with me. Are they one group? Okay, so I'm gonna open it up. Sydra's gonna sacrifice herself. And then we're going to wait for the Mossad to go past us so that they can clear things out ahead of us, and then once they get into a fight, if we need to fight them, then we fight them at that point. Okay, open it up. Yep. Go back and get another one. If you had 2 players, you could do this much more efficiently. Yoink. I mean, if you think about it, what I did was very much like an intentional panic response. I went out ahead of the approaching Mossad. I saw they were approaching. I was scared, and I tried to rush through the boss chain ahead, and clearly that didn't work. And that's good game design, because that was an obvious, like, bad thing to do. And I was panicking, and I was punished for it. They did foresee me doing that. Okay. We could have sat here while there were ads, to be honest. Oh my god, that's such a huge group. What's it? 7, 8, is that 12 of them? It's also fun that the method, the good method of doing this solves both problems. The Mossad will kill everything else in front of us. Stone Summit, that's the name I couldn't remember. Stone Summit dwarves. Okay. Alessia, have you decided to be racist all of a sudden? Okay, there they go. Oh my god. It's like a death procession. They kind of looked over at us. Oh my god, these games are so difficult. Oh, that one's running on ahead. Girls' night. Yep, girls' night. Okay, now they're killing that boss for me. That was fast. He's already done. Okay. I don't think anything along the way that they fight is going to beat any of them. There's too many. She's got a shining blade tattooed on her back. Like the logo. That's dedication. It's like the opposite of one of those, you know, one of those missions everybody hates, where you have to trail after somebody and hide from them. If they look behind, so you can find out where they're going. No one likes those. It's kind of like the inverse of that, where we follow something and wait for them to kill everything in front of us. Okay, there's Dolyak over there. They probably won't put a dent in these guys. Oh yeah, White Mantle are helping, so yeah, they're dead. that is firing on this area, just keep in mind. Okay, I think we'll have to beat these white mantle once there's space. Just make sure that we don't... Yeah, okay. Accidentally aggro another group. Okay. Okay, so the groups have split. So if we have to kill 6 of them, maybe we can do that. We do have the bonus and we've killed like 4 of them before. Ah, there we go. They've taken some damage. I'm taking them now. Ow. Oh. Hey, everyone run away. No, no, don't. Ivenia's on her own. Ivenia's gonna stand near me. Get me up, get me up, get me up. Did we kill any of them? Did we? I don't know. I don't know if we did. Okay, how do we kill, this fucking guy? Hang on, I'm checking the wiki again. How do I get to him? Maybe I don't? I don't... Oh, I could go down this way. Oh, okay, so this guy is firing up there, so this one is safe. Okay. I guess I'm gonna meet those Mossad further on down the road. Maybe? Okay, Mox, it's time for you to do this. I'm so scared. I'm literally so scared. We almost ruined it. I say we. I almost ruined it. Okay, so this is just a pay attention to your surroundings. Don't go where it's being bombed, but there's an alternate route. Okay. Okay, Mox, go forwards. I need to protect Ivenia with my life. Oh god, someone's arriving very quickly. God damn it. Whoa, look at that health regen. Wow. Whoop. Did they run away? I didn't even really remember this. Please don't go stand in the firing line, please. Okay. Back. Everyone out of the goddamn... Okay. Okay, it's with a firing there. I think I have to go past it. So let's time it. Go. Please, Avenia, no. Come on. Okay. I assume you just have to eat that one. But we did make it. Okay, there's a fight going on down there. What is happening? Where'd the Massat go? Okay, I'll act Stoneleaf is it. I have no idea where the Massat went. But we're nearly at the boat. We just got to kill these guys. Mox, go forward. Okay. We could kill everyone else first. Okay, and now this one. What does Avenia do? And he's dead. And the Mossad just... I don't know where they went. Did they get killed by stuff? Sometimes I wonder if the instructions on the wiki are more geared to hard mode, because it seems like they got killed by dwarves. Alright, well I think I earned this. Ugh. I didn't remember. That wasn't the mission I was thinking of. I was thinking of a different one. I didn't remember this one at all. Despite how hard that was.
I can't believe Saedra is gone.
They're too slow to outrun the catapult fire. So,
if the old gods still exist,
contrary to what the wiki says, if you let them go first, they just get killed by cannons.
Should not have died. It wasn't her time. But she gave her life so that the rest of us could live on.
Look, Avenia, there were two women in this mission. It was kind of obvious what was going to happen.
So long ago. When my time comes and I arrive in the mists, I best not find that she's been mistreated.
Oh, that's a good line.
Balthazar as my witness, I will make all of you pay. To the end of us.
Wait,
all.
was she swearing revenge on the gods or invoking them for her purposes there?
Now we settle our account with the Mersat. For every drop of our blood they have spilled, we will take 2 from them.
Yippee! Oh my god. That was so much more intense than I expected. But yeah, it makes sense. I thought we were killing like a couple of them when I tried to engage them and I got killed. Which I think was actually kind of stupid of me. And I didn't realize they would actually be taken out by the cannon fire. But they are really slow. That is their, of course, weakness. So where am I now? Oh, Iron Mines. This is it. This is the 2-channel bit. I know this one. Then you end up at Thunderhead Keep up here, I think? That's so close to Ascalon. It's so funny. You basically go in a circle. Like, and you're basically back home again, but there's a mountain in the way. Alright, that's going to be it from me. Oh, she's right here. She's actually on the podium offering you the next mission. That took quite a long time, unfortunately. Where are we at? There's the second half of Shiver Peaks, and then we've got to do the Fire Islands. I don't think that's one more stream worthy. It might be 2. It depends how many helpers I get, I suppose. at least one more stream, but then we might be done with prophecies, which is exciting. It's really interesting to run back through this and take on board the information I do already know, but experiencing the way they tell it. Because I really do like quite a lot of, I like what's being told, but I definitely would I have different preferences as to how it's being told. And it being this old and the kind of game they didn't even know they were putting a narrative into, I think it's kind of an obvious thing that if you ask them, they would probably say, yeah, we should have neatened that up and tightened this up if we were to go back over it. And when a game launches like this, and one that they had questioned just about everything in the making of in its development, they just wanted to get their stuff down on the floor and then built on it. The game's so old they thought there was only one moon. It's not directed just at this game. There are loads of games, there's tons. Lots and lots of games will just put our moon in the universe, but it pisses me off so bad. Why would it look like that? It's not Earth. Like, I don't know. I guess it just kind of implies to me that there are people who think that every setting has to have a moon, and they can just put our moon up there because that's what a moon looks like. That's our moon. It's specific to us. You're gonna get me monologuing again, god damn it. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I just need to find someone I can raid at this late hour. I don't think who's anybody online? Is anybody? Well, there's nobody I know. You know, I think I'm gonna go big this time. I want to raid into Loranity, who is one of the biggest ArenaNet partner streamers. We'll just head over there. If you want to use the raid message, old streamer yells at moon, which came right back around at the end, please feel free. I'm gonna link my Blue Sky, even though I did in fact not post the schedule yet. I apologize. It's the same schedule as previous weeks, but this week is kind of flopped out because I was really ill until like this afternoon, and I couldn't bring myself to do it, and now I'm fine. Moons are important for world building, but not our moon. Anyway, let's copy Aranity and raid. And as always, thank you everyone who was watching. I hope this was in some way at least a bit interesting. I'm really enjoying re-experiencing the way this story is told. I just find that very interesting thing to hone in on. So I hope you'll come back 1 or 2 more streams and we'll finish Prophecies, and then we move on to even more stuff. And I'd be really glad to see you there. And if you want to play along, established players can join me for the end of Prophecies. And then once we get into the next campaigns, if you have a newer account, you can hop in for the beginning of those if you wanted to start over or begin again or anything. So it's kind of like a fresh start that you can, if you wanted to jump in. So I'll explain more of it when we finish. God, the end of Prophecies was kind of hard in my memory. Anyway, Friday will be the next stream, same time. Hope to see you there. And enjoy your lives.